Let's talk about freedom. I want this video to be like bottling it so that at any point in the future you can come back to this and pour it all over yourself, drink it in, just admire it and feel grateful for it, whatever the case is. I want this to be an anchor for freedom. Something I feel called to express is that a lot of people are dealing in the world of conditional freedom, and I think we can dream bigger. I think we're more creative than that. I hear a lot of, oh, well, I want to do that because the boys get to do it, so I want to do it. Do you really want that? Do you really want to do that thing? Or is that just the only mode and model for liberation that you've seen? Oh, well, white people get to do it. Why can't I do it? Do you really want to live like them? Where your only power comes from the subjugation of entire peoples and societies? Do you really want to live like that? I don't. I don't want to live in a world where someone has to be put down for me to feel strong. I don't want to live like that. I obviously don't want to be the one who feels put down either, but I don't want to be in the game at all. I want a different, I want a different game. I want something that feels fresh. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one thinking that way. So that gives me faith that we can build it into this reality. We can encode it as such. So I'm gonna let Spirit share messages and affirmations around this freedom for us to soak in. It might be a really good time to, and my spirits have been sharing this with me, a good time to anchor in a practice of meditation that feels really raw and natural and free of performance. Not about meditating the longest, not about getting to some state that then you can go and report to everybody, oh my god, guess how deep I got, I'm so spiritual, I'm so locked in, a space that's actually just about acquainting yourself with your energy and the energy of the beautiful things around you. So it's really just a time to tune your instrument. It's a tuning space. I think about that with all of my work. So if you like that idea, it's a great time to check out Nintendo Conjure as well. I'll leave the link in the description. And it's a great place to get those different things to tune to, where you're tuning to peace and joy and fun and freedom, and where you don't feel so separate from yourself anymore. Yeah. How did I say that? This message came through in the Remembering Tree, a course that I have. I'll put that in the description as well. I think of it as an initiation into the kind of deep peace where you might feel confused on the surface, what's gonna happen next? Life is kind of wild. But you have that deep peace of Spirit always has me. I'm always safe. I'm taken care of. My life will always have what it needs. So that's a way to walk over the bridge into that feeling. The Remembering Tree is a great portal. And a message that came through in there, because it's a collection of these heartfelt sermons and tunings to love, was that the time of relying on unreliable father structures is super dead. It's super dead. It's super over. the weird like patriarchal patterns that so many of us find ourselves in because it's what we've been conditioned into. I mean, I'm sure you can feel those already falling away from you, where you can't justify being so mean to yourself anymore. Where it's like, why would I work that 9 to 5? Like, the company that I work for is doing like a made up thing, and it's like so extractive. It's extracting from me, it's extracting from the earth. Like, we don't need to do this, you guys. Like, what's going on? Or like, even in your own work, if you work for yourself, like, why am I forcing myself to work at a pace that doesn't even feel good? I feel so rushed. Like, I don't want to move like this anymore. Or looking so externally for what will provide for us. That's a good way to say it. We're focusing back inward in terms of our ability to find peace, to find validation, to find purpose. And so the things that kind of dangle the carrot and go, oh, don't you want it over here? Don't you need this? Don't you need to buy this thing? Don't you need to hang out with these people that you don't even like? Don't you need to do this to show and perform success or perform well-being or whatever it is, wealth? But you are already focusing yourself back in, which is really sexy of you. That's like really iconic behavior, and I'm really proud of you. When you take away the external rubrics, your true voice will really resonate. It will feel like you can actually get it out. Those things that have been bubbling up inside of you, you'll feel like, oh, I can actually sing my heart song. I can really be who I'm here to be. I can really also like sound the alarm for other people. Hey, it's safe to be yourself. Hey, you don't have to pretend that you're not that girl. Like, it's okay. We're building a world that's safe for us to be ourselves. That also will point you to your resources more easily. The places that feel like home, the abundance, like the money, the good food, the cool vacations, the enriching conversations that give you that idea that's like, oh, that's exactly what I've been asking Spirit for. Like, I want to keep looking in that direction. I want to research. I want to figure out and know. It's a good, I've been thinking about this. It's a good time to be in the practice of asking, if no one was watching, what would I do? If it was only me. If it's only me and the plants and the water, what would I do next? That's why I like making these videos, because I be watching them. I really watch them back. So it's like, I even have in my voice memos like different moments where I'll give myself different like grounding points. Be like, okay, this is who I'm being right now. This is what I value. This is something to listen to if you get confused. I do that all the time for myself, and these videos are another way for me to express that. I would be, enjoying sweet moments and doing something to hold them in time and space in a way that feels more forever than the fleetingness of what it usually is. So it's a good time to get curious about that. What would you do if there were no awards to win and nothing to prove? What would you do? What would you say? This is really an age of alchemy. It's about to get really like freaky in a good way. Really, really freaky. Where like you ask for something in your prayer and the next day there's a very loud sign about the exact thing. And there's this deep feeling in you like, oh yeah, of course I can have that. Like everything is moving to support that. It doesn't really matter how fast you move. Sometimes, dang, that's something else that makes me mad. I get mad when manifestation becomes this like race. And it's like, how fast can you do it? Or, you know, how rare can the thing that you attain be? And I think I feel uncomfortable with it because it's still a hangover from these patriarchal rankings. And so what if also in this question of like, what would I do if it was just me and like there was no one to prove anything to? Also, what would you do if like time wasn't even a thing? If like time was just one kind of like portal and it's just one moment but a bunch of different angles on it, then what would you do? If there was nowhere to rush to, if you were only ever here, what would you do then? And sometimes these questions are uncomfortable to ask because it's like, wait, I'd actually do a lot differently. Like, it's really normal to have that reaction and then to want to push it away because it's like, wait, I can't change that many things about my life right now. But what if you can? What if you could? It might seem weird to a lot of people, but what if you already have the blueprint in you to anchor in more of that free world that you keep praying for? What if you already had it? What if you already had all of the elements to do your part in making that reality? It's not the whole thing, the pressure of it all doesn't have to be on you. Don't feel like it's up to you to save the world. But it's a really noble and beautiful thing to do your part. What if you already had all the elements you needed to make that so? And this is a good thing to think about, especially if you've been feeling frustrated and bored and like ready for something more, kind of that nagging feeling in you, like there's something more. Yeah, of course there is. There's something that wants to burst from you, but there are a lot of distorted forces that never want you to realize that because they want that beautiful creative energy that you have. They want you, you know, at their extractive company giving that energy. Not all companies are like that. I think some of them are probably okay. I don't know, actually. I'm sure some of them are like, there are some things that need to get done, right? And so it's good that things have organized so that those things can get done at large scales. But there are some things that are really just leeching our energy. I think a lot is going to change over our lifetimes. I think there will still be commerce, but there's really going to be a lot that changes. A lot of businesses that just cease to be, entire sectors that aren't a thing anymore. And not just because we're like updating and filling their place with something new, but because that many people have decided that their energy is for them and that they want to, I don't know, be on some land somewhere and feel self-sufficient, or that they want to make their art and that beauty and adding that to the world is more than enough for them to do. And that they don't need some kind of dad's pat on the back, good job, you know, you did something important and impressive by doing something that doesn't even, it feels like nothing in their heart. So a lot's shifting. if you've been feeling a little antsy, like, what do I do? It could be a good idea to just say, elevated ancestors, those who love me, those who show up in respect and reciprocity, lead the way, guide me, show me what I came here for. I think the more of us that do that, the better off we'll be. I don't feel like it's that far out of our reach. Sometimes I feel weird for feeling that way, especially because on the surface things are very volatile. But maybe I've kind of always been that way, but I just think that there are so many of us who are insisting on like pure capital L love. Like, we're so kind with each other and learning to be that with ourselves, and that is rippling out to how we regard the earth. We're so creative and free. I just believe in our ability to build a world where everyone has enough food to eat and clean water to drink and a safe place to sleep. I was spitting too much hot tea, my camera overheated. But I just wanted to say I love you a lot. I hope that this message finds you well. And I believe in you. That change you've been wanting to make, even if it seems small, even if it's like, I want to start going to this new dance class. I want to go hang out with that person that I met. Like, I want to actually make some time to go get coffee with them. I want to plant some lavender on my patio. It could be so it could seem so little, but it really matters. It is part of this rebirth of the world. And you are a part of this rebirth of the world, and I thank you for that. If you want to delve more into this energy, this new world energy, the Remembering Tree is a really great place to go. That will really hold you as you move from being in this cocoon to emerging as a beautiful butterfly who feels calm and joyful in expressing what you really came here to do and who you really came here to be. I'm wishing you all the best. Take good care.